What's up, Fernando? And if you want to plug in Young West's comment there, because I gotta ask you now, Fernando, questions because you know me. I need to be entertained at press conferences, and for some reason, I keep seeing more things pop out about Jim Harbaugh presser. Are they really that entertaining the way social media is making it seem? Because it could be like 10 minutes of just coach speak and boring motivational speeches, and then out of nowhere, it's like, I want to be in the elevator with my guys, man. I want to see Justin Herbert in the toughest moments and thrive without even being sweaty. Like, and then just seeing you, the reporters, going at it with him too. That's fun. Or even just the blank stares with like, huh? I just love Jim Harbaugh pressures,
Well,
man.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting for that one, by the way, where he like goes, sorry, I didn't get that. Like, and that's going to be an in-season thing. Young West said, never knew I'd see someone who would want to be stuck in an elevator like Jim Harbaugh. Gotta love him, man. Anything to spend time with his players. Yeah, that. I mean, it's not always like that, but yeah, there has been several times where you're just like kind of thrown off a little bit by some of the things that he says. Because I mean, let's be honest, he's not answering half of our questions. So why even?
But it's funny because he's not going to, but then he always has something prepared to be like, oh, like I'm not a doctor statements, and then out of nowhere you can see his face like thinking like, I have something prepared, but you know what? I'm gonna go a different direction and just throw you guys off.
Have you ever seen the movie The Wedding Ringer with Kevin Hart?
I think a little. You might have mentioned it once, and I watched it.
They hire him to be the best man of the wedding and
Oh,
stuff.
okay. I've never seen it, but you brought it up a couple times where I feel like you've seen
it. So he always says, if you get stuck in an uncomfortable situation, pull out your party trick. And like a dude shakes his man tits, and like another person like has 3 testicles. It's crazy, but that's what Jim Harbaugh does. He pulls out his party trick, and his party trick is just going on a tangent about how his father gave him $1 one time and said, "Son, you have to make this $1 last for a week," and that's just what Jim Harbaugh is going to do. So we ask him a question that maybe he's not wanting to answer, and he's going to go a completely different route. So yeah, it's just it's a little strange, but
but that's what makes it better. It keeps you on your toes where you're getting nothing for 10 minutes, and then you get a gem. Something beautiful is gonna go viral on social media, and I just like it.
It's like his party trick. Well, I'll say it. Fucking love Harbaugh, man. He spoke to us at Coronado Village Elementary back in '98 when he was on the Chargers. Oh, that's pretty cool. You know what's funny? Oh yeah, Thad Castle's on it. Yeah, Thad Castle. Funny dude. When the Raiders blew out the Chargers last year, he was there. I wanted to go up to him and be like, hey, can we get you on the program? But I wasn't able to get to where he was at. So I did see Flavor Flav though that day. So Flavor Flav. But by the way, there was a certain Raiders beat reporter I didn't know who Flavor Flav was. That's pretty astounding.
Interesting. Even if you're like, maybe 18 years old, you should know Flavor Flav.
Yeah, that's really weird. You know what? F it. I have it queued up right here. Gilbert, Vic, can you take that off, please? We gotta, Gilbert, you need to listen to this. I don't know if you listened to the whole thing.
Oh, it was we dodged a bullet. I mean, I usually think of dodging a bullet as dodging an injury in football, and you got to get good at that. You got to get good at making yourself harder to break and dodging a bullet. But I mean, it was a shared experience. I think 11 or 12 of our players were there for about 2 hours, and that's a shared experience. I mean, brought them closer together. I just missed it,
just missed it. Oh man,
that elevator, and it's like we should have been there with those guys, pounding. And but Justin Herbert was, and the remarkable things that came out of it was, to a guy. Tarheeb, young rookie players, like, wow, Justin Herbert's a leader. He was a rock. Kept everybody calm. And Jerry Fouts told me the same thing.
Dan Fouts' son
after they got out, and just how great Justin was, and everybody. I mean, everybody kept their poise, and just. You get in those situations, and it's a test of wills, And I was proud of each of the guys, and the 2 women that were were on that elevator, I mean, that's a win. You know, you feel good about yourself. You got to.
Can I say something?
Yeah, and I got something else after you say that.
What if Jim set this up to see how Herbert would handle tough situations?
Okay.
And this was a situation where he told the elevator operator, "Hey, hit the red button now." Boom, hits the red button, and then he gets stuck. He's like, "Let me see what my quarterback does." Jim, Greg Roman, Mark Trestman, and Marcus Brady and Shane Day all sat there watching the monitor to see what Jim did. What would Justin do in that situation? But no, in all reality, I don't know
what are the odds that the star quarterbacks in that elevator? Yeah, so maybe you're onto something,
dude. I bet you Jim was trying to pry those elevator doors like anybody my court.
He took off his shirt, like, come
on.
So
exactly. He's probably like, get him out of there. I need my quarterback. I need him. Like in Star Wars. But
like I can see it now, Fernando. You know, my boss at SI saying, you know what, the Chargers are in the deep in the playoffs. They're about to go to the Super Bowl. Can you give me a 2,000 word story about how this moment in the elevator got them ready for the Super Bowl? Like I can see it now. I'm gonna do a whole story breakdown 5 months from now.
Bro, can you imagine if like they're hoisting the okay, let's just say in another universe, they're hoisting the Lombardi Trophy, and Jim Harbaugh points to, I knew moment. He was my quarterback when at that moment in the elevator. I knew exactly. Oh, thank you, Dan. Yeah, Jerry Fouts is Dan Fouts' wife. Sorry, his son was also stuck in the elevator. But I wonder if they weren't too happy about how much, because he said that that the only person that could text was that the only one that had yeah, exactly. Nancy, where have you been?
I know.
The only person that had any cell service was Justin. So really? That was yeah, that's what Dan Fouts was saying on the. Then Dan Fouts also said on the broadcast that
what
Justin
phone service
Herbert
does he have?
I don't know.
You gotta ask these questions one next time. What type of cell service do you have?
Yeah, I'm actually really interested. He probably is gonna have Verizon or something
and get a sponsorship out of it.
Yeah, exactly. You know what's funny, but I definitely going back to the elevator thing. It's just one of those things where it's just like when I got the alert, I pulled out my phone and I was like, wait, what? And I read it and I'm like, oh crap. First thing Daniel said, that's the thing. Thank you, Senor Rive-moi. Dan Fouts said on the broadcast that Justin Herbert and him had a conversation that he told him,
that's it.
I'm ready to go. And everybody kind of like all the doctors on social media kind of went off, and I was surprised Dr. Florio didn't throw out his 2 cents on it. But yeah, he was basically saying that he told him, hey, I'm ready to go. This isn't I'll be good to go for this. And I'm like, oh crap. So yeah, I don't know. Dr. Fouts, I'm sure that Dr. Harbaugh wasn't happy that Dr. Fouts gave an evaluation on that. So but a lot of craziness. Who knew how much an elevator being stuck in an elevator would create commotion, to be honest. Yeah, I noticed that, Nancy, you went to a black picture on your profile. That's how it is.
Okay. Well, good to be back. Good to see you back, Nancy. Hopefully you're enjoying the show. And
Jim is like the cable guy that just shows up to Justin's house unannounced, grabs him in an elevator to get more time with him.
like imagine if Harbaugh was actually in that elevator, just the chatter of coach speak and motivation to get people going. Like after after this first hour to second hour, like do you get annoyed or you're like, you know what? We actually like this. We thrive off of Jim. It's okay. It's going to be a moment to learn. And the other part too, Fernando, I know we're making jokes here, and I want to make jokes about how Harbaugh is making this a big deal. But honestly, it is a big deal because
it's a huge deal.
It's like, if you think about it, it's a serious matter because 2 hours being stuck with 12 people, massive people. There was 2 women in there, and then being in Dallas, I'm sure it's humid. There was no AC, so it could have gone worse. So it's good that just to say, I want to say this at least, like that we can at least make some jokes about it, but it could have gone worse, and it's good that everybody turned out okay.
Jerry Fouts tweeted out, my son Ryan and I thank the Dallas PD for FD for rescuing us. And she's put thanks to Verizon. So Justin Herbert must have Verizon.